diary entry, 4th of October 2019. So now that we're entering October, now that we're in October, this is the time of year where things get a little bit difficult for me. And I start to feel more isolated, I think. So I've got my birthday coming up 1 week from today. And it seems as though what's happening is the day after we're going to have like a little family meal. Either it's going to be the Hungry Horse, which I've never been to before, or it's going to be Donatello's, which is this Italian restaurant that I like in Brighton. I'm not a big fan of Brighton, but I do like Donatello's, and I don't think I've been there for like 2 years. It'll be a nice meal, but it's sort of the usual suspects, really, the same people I normally see. I think it's just, they feel a bit sorry for me, so they're going to throw a little family meal. Because I don't really have anyone else to sort of hang out with, so it's appreciated, to be honest with you. I'm just a bit nervous that I'm going to spend like the birthday sort of on my own or with sort of limited contact from people. I prefer human contact to presents, really. I'm not entirely against presents. Like, I have actually, I did put out my Amazon wish list link on Twitter today, just to see, just out of curiosity to see if anyone sort of saw it and thought, I might buy him something. But to be honest with you, when it comes to gifts, I'm very easily impressed, pretty much. Like, if the present is spontaneous, it means a lot. I prefer presents that are like handmade or cheap, but with a particular like reason behind them being selected, than something that's quite sort of pricey and flashy. Like I'd say, Christmas 2014, I bought my girlfriend at the time. It was a toss up between perfume or a little necklace, and I bought her the necklace because I wanted her to have something that she could wear that was a symbol of my affection for her. So if she ever felt down, if she ever felt isolated, she could wear that, and it would make her feel a little bit closer to me. Perfume obviously can have that effect as well, but it runs out after a while. But a necklace is like a piece of jewelry, is like it's forever. I bought her that because it was symbolic. It was something she had some kind of significance for, and that's the kind of giver I am. But it's also the kind of receiver I am. If someone makes me something or buys something like really cheap but means a lot, has a sort of significance to them, or maybe it's to tie in with one of our sort of private jokes. I prefer that more than like £1,000 present from someone who doesn't see £1,000 as a great deal of money, and it's like a present that's a nice thing to have but doesn't really have any significance. That's the kind of receiver I am when it comes to presents. That's the kind of recipient I am. But all in all, I do prefer people's company over people's presents. Presents are a nice little bonus. They're a good way of showing that someone thinks about you, but so does spending time with them. I don't remember that many exciting presents that I got, except like really cheap things that you think I wouldn't care about. But I remember people who've spent time with me on my birthday. But I'm worried that I won't have anything like that. It will just be another day, which is a shame because it's going to be quite a big occasion, and I've never celebrated a big birthday before. It's me 30. Christ. And I'm, I think this is where my testosterone peaks. So it's all downhill from here. If any of you want to hang out with me while I'm still young, you've got limited time. But that's my first thing that I've got to get out of the way. Then there's Christmas time, and that's quite a sort of lonely point as well. I to be honest with you, it's not just the fact I'll be with the same people on Christmas Day. It's also the same for the build up. I love it when I've got people to hang around with, and I can go to some town somewhere like in one of the days leading up to Christmas and look at the lights and feel all festive and everything. But that's not going to happen. And Christmas Day, obviously, it's just going to be another Christmas. I don't even know what the family are doing that day, actually, so I may even be on my own. New Year, that's a real sort of lonely time for me as well. Everyone else going off and just enjoying themselves, and me on my own again. So the next few months are going to be quite difficult for me. I'm going to feel quite isolated. I do have a goal that I'd like to reach in January. Well, the goal is the end of November, but the thing that I want to do is in January. And I think if I knew like for sure like that it was happening, that it was unavoidable, I think that would make the next few months really, really tolerable. I'd actually be excited these next few months, but until then, it's going to be difficult, I think. So yeah, so diary entry over.